Hi, welcome. It's Andrew from Always Andrew Wedding Design, and I'm back for the next instalment of my A to Z of wedding planning. This week we're on V, and I'm going to be talking to you about V for venues. One of the most important things for your wedding, because you really want somewhere to celebrate it. So just I'm going to run for a few quick tips, and I've posted a link in the title above of a more detailed blog post that I've written about venue tips, so you can have a look at that. But just now I thought I'd just give you a few quick tips when you're kind of thinking about choosing your venue for your wedding day. So first off, I think one of the most important things is what kind of wedding or are you hoping to have? What sort of style vibe you're going for? Is it something that you want very traditional, very kind of elegant and formal, or are you thinking you want something a bit more relaxed, laid back, that sort of thing? I think as the vibe and style that you're going for really affects the kind of venue that you really want to be looking for. And once you sort of know what you want, I think that just makes your decision so much easier. So I would start off by really kind of just narrowing down what that vibe is. A good way to look at it is just kind of think of lots of words that might describe your perfect day and kind of narrow it down to like 2 or 3 of the best ones, and then they can be kind of your guiding when you're thinking about choosing your wedding venue. So yeah, really kind of think about that. Then the next thing you need to think about is what are your priorities for your wedding venue? What's the really important thing, kind of location is the obvious one, but also other things you really need to think about is your capacity. How many people do you need to have? You need to accommodate for your wedding day. Do you need on-site accommodation? Do you want exclusive use? There's lots of kind of those little things, like those very kind of practical things that you need to think about that you might want for your wedding day. So really kind of break it down, look at what your kind of practical options are and what you're going to need. I always like to set up a kind of a spreadsheet, what are the really important things, and then as you kind of start looking through venues and kind of start with a kind of a long list, as it were, and really do they fit those criteria, the things that you really want, and then either don't bother even going to visit those. So once you've sort of started ringing around, you're finding some venues, you sort of, from your long list, you kind of get your short list and then go visit the venues. And really from the initial contact until you go down the meeting, I think all of these sort of touch points are really important. Are you comfortable with that venue? And then when you're there, sort of walk around and kind of think about how your day will flow, the kind of movement of where you want to hold different parts of your wedding day. Is it for ceremony and the evening, or is it just for the evening, or is there room for the drinks? Where kind of think about how your guests will flow from different areas. Really kind of look at the details and ask lots and lots of questions of your venue, really trying to kind of establish how they run their venues, how they run their wedding days, are they flexible, or do they always insist on doing it a certain way? And really for you to kind of decide, is that going to fit the kind of wedding that you want? You might find what you think is the perfect venue, but then they're very kind of strict about the way they want to move you, the way they kind of hold the wedding, as it were, in which case it might not be such a great venue. If it means that on paper it looks like the perfect venue, but when you get there you can't have the layout, or you can't use the space in the way you want to use it, then it's not such a good thing. So really kind of ask lots of questions and sort of talk to them about their kind of flexibility and the kind of thing they want from their venues. And then make sure if you do think you found the right venue, make sure you get a contract, really read it carefully. Venues have tendency to kind of sneak in a few do's and don'ts into their contracts, about what they do and they don't want to have there. So really kind of keep an eye. Things like, are you allowed to confetti, candles, lit candles, that sort of thing. Really important to look at for venues as well is kind of the access times, the start and finish times. When can your suppliers get in? When you can start setting up, and what time does all the guests have to be out, and what time do all your suppliers need to be out? And do you also have any kind of access either side as well? Because these can be really important factors depending on the kind of wedding that you're wanting to host. Also suppliers, just double again check what kind of suppliers they insist they use their supply list, or can you be more flexible and bring in your own supplies? So that's a very quick rundown of a few kind of key things to think about when you're looking for your venue. As I said, there's a more detailed blog post which I've listed in the title, so feel free to go and have a look at that. And then of course I'm always here for questions, so feel free to pop in any questions in the comment box below. I'm happy to answer them for you. And if you think my tips are useful, please do share my videos. I'd love to be able to help people. This is quite a busy time of year for people thinking getting married. And as they're going into the new year, people start looking for their venues, and I'd love to be able to help them if I can. So enjoy your evening. I'll be back next week to talk about, I can't remember what it is next week. I'll have to go look it up. But It's been lovely chatting. Take care. Bye.